So let's take a deep dive into box and whisker plots because they are awesome and they are kind of sweet and they really can tell us a lot about our data in a unique way and a very organized way. So earlier I asked you for how tall you were, and then I converted everyone's height into inches, and if you put like 5, 2.5, I give you the benefit of the doubt. So this is a lot of data. Please don't write all of it down, but just know that's where it came from, and obviously I'll share all the numbers I use with you. But this is all of our data. And so what I did is I went into my handy dandy calculator, blurry calculator, sorry, and had it do my 1-bar stats for me. And so I know that on average, the average height of a pre-calc student is 5'5", although part of me wonders if that just means more girls than boys did the survey. But that was what I got for the average, was right around 5'5", 65 inches. I got a standard deviation of around 11. 32 people answered, and then, of course, I've got our lovely, lovely 5-number summary. So let's get that written down. Okay, so our 5-number summary has the important information for us with our data. And the smallest number in our 5-number summary is our minimum, right? That's one of the first things it's going to tell us. It's going to say min x, and then it's going to then go into Q1, or excuse me, Q1, which is the first quartile, the median, Q3, and then the max. So for our data, here's what that looks like. Our minimum, the calculator's telling me it says 6, and I know that's wrong because none of you are 6 inches tall. That just tells me I typed something in wrong. But if I look back at the original data, I can see that my shortest person is 5'2", so we're going to say it's 62. And then I will go in and fix that in my calculator later. So 64, 66, 70, and 74. Right? So if you're remembering, this is our min, this is our Q1, our median, our Q3, and our max. Except for, I think we have a small problem. I bet I found where our error lives. Nope, we're good. Never mind. Nope, we look good. Okay, so, sorry, just double checking some things and making sure everything looked okay. Thank you for bearing with me. So now we're gonna set up our box and whisker plot. And our lowest number is 62. So I'm gonna make my box and whisker plot actually start at 60. And then our max, according to our data, is 74. Now, any data set I give you will not be this big. This has a lot of numbers, and so that means there's a lot of options for error. I'm gonna stretch it out to 76. So we've got 60. Okay, I got really lucky that that worked, so bless up for that. Okay, now the median goes in the middle. So my 66 is my middle, 64 is my Q1, 62 is my minimum, 70 is Q3, and 74 is my maximum. So those are the 5 numbers in my 5-number summary. Now the box and the whisker. So let's make the box. The box represents the middle 50% of the data, and it's formed by Q1 on one side, Q3 on the other, and then the median in the middle. Each whisker represents either the top 25% or the bottom 25%. So for this box and whisker plot, our top 25% of our class is taller than 5'10". 25% of our class is shorter than 64 inches, so 5'4". That's what those whiskers tell us. So each one of these is 25% of our data, right? Quartiles, quartile meaning 1/4. The only other thing that we need to worry about here is figuring out what our IQR is. There's something called an interquartile range. And it comes from doing Q3 minus Q1 and figuring out what that value is. And that just tells us how many numbers or how much math lives in the boxes of the box and whisker plot. So Q3 here was at 70. And Q1 was at 64. And so our IQR is 6. Okay? So kind of a basic rundown of what a box and whisker plot is. I know I gave you a ton of data up at the top. I promise you won't normally have that much data. Your calculator will be a great tool for you in finding out that 5-number summary, so make sure you know how to use that. You got this.